What's up, everybody? The Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose Iceman V2013 YouTube channel on this Thursday. And yeah, the question has been posed, who is the Iceman? Well, there's a lot that can be said about myself being the Iceman. Back in my earlier YouTube days as Naturally Ice This YouTube channel, um, I was reckless. I was I didn't care about nothing. Uh, I loved drama. I would take anybody to the limits. I would take them down. I had a very good fan base, but I also had a very negative fan base as well. And this is what happens when you continue to do the drama like I did back in the alcohol days. A lot of people like the Iceman better from back then because you never knew what to expect from him. Um, but, you know, times have changed. There were health issues. Life goes on. And I'm still here, but I am the positive side of the Iceman. Um, on this channel, the Jeffrey Rose Iceman V2013 YouTube channel, as well as Iceman's Return YouTube channel, and the Facebook page, Iceman Wrestling Extreme, and the Jeffrey Rose Facebook page as well. Um, yeah, so I'm just like I'm the baby face Iceman at this point, but I have my moments where I'm on that verge of that heel turn, and there are moments when I can feel naturally ice this, starting to surface, and it's a fighting event for me. Whereas, I like having fun here on YouTube. It is not a job for me. It is like a hobby. There are a lot of real life issues that I have talked about before in the past. But again, a man needs to be a man. Um, you know, I've been offered money and I've turned it down. And that's a fact. And the people that have offered me the money know, you know, they could back me up on it. Uh, but it's yeah, you just got to do what you got to do. You got to fight your way out of life situations. And as we all know, I mean, you have more self-respect for yourself when you do so. But anyway, getting back to the Iceman, I'm the babyface Iceman, and I know a lot of people have commented would love to see the Naturally Ice This come back. And like I said, I've been so close. I've been so close to resurfacing as Naturally Ice This, and maybe just doing, a one-time video for the moment and see where it goes. But it's it's a fighting thing within your mind. So, well, the thing with me as well, here on YouTube, getting off the topic of Naturally Ice This, the heel Iceman. I've been a wrestling fan for a long time, and those that know me know that I have been. I grew up with the old WWF. I grew up with the NWA. And once I started watching NWA, I just like fell in love with it. I mean, it was, to me, it was just totally awesome. A lot of action. There was a lot of good stuff going on. They had a lot of great matches. They had our cage matches, for crying out loud. And when you put a guy like Ric Flair in a cage with anybody, you know, say it be Ronnie Garvin or Jimmy Garvin or Dusty Rhodes or whatever. You put a guy like Ric Flair who has that blonde hair, you know you're gonna see blood. And those were the things that NWA brought my attention to. And they just had a lot of good content. And I still watch the old WWF, but it didn't appeal too much to me for the simple fact is, you know, when you're a champion back on that promotion, you held that title. I mean, you held it for a long time. And anytime there was a title match, you know, you always had it in the back of your mind, well, it could be a good match, but you know darn well who's going to win. So it was very, very predictable back then. That was the thing. When NWA, it wasn't predictable because you never knew who was going to come out on top. And that was the fun part about it. But, you know, a lot of wrestling fans today, a lot of the younger wrestling fans, if you never lived or even got to see any of the NWA stuff, you're really missing out. You really are missing out. And there's a lot of channels out here on YouTube that will talk about this kind of stuff. Um, but you know, basically most of the channels are WWE type channels. Right now, there are channels out there that talk about TNA. I have right now stayed away from TNA because I'm just like totally disgusted with what's going on with them. A lot of people are saying, yeah, well, they're, you know, uh, the tournament they got going on is cool. It's not cool to me when something like this was taped back in July, like and having Austin Aries and Bram on there, and when we all knew that Bram and Austin Aries weren't even with the company, you know, at this present time, you know, um, so that didn't appeal to me whatsoever. So I still try to watch the WWE, which is a tough thing to do as well. But I did watch like almost 2 hours of Raw this past week. Um, and then I watched the rest the next day. And I'm looking forward to Hell in a Cell somewhat. Is it predictable? Yeah, I think most of it is. I think, you know, the one most predictable match is going to be John Cena's match, unless they pull a fast one, because Cena's leaving, and we all know he's leaving. So I can't see him not losing the title because Cena being gone for a couple months, you know, how does he hold on to the belt? Because anybody else, for the most part, you know, if you're not around to defend your title, you get stripped of it. But so getting back to who is the Iceman? The Iceman's just trying to have some fun, make acquaintances here on YouTube. That's why I've done hangouts. Um, a lot of the guys I've done hangouts with, you know, I didn't know before, and I've made a lot of new friends here on YouTube. And but it's a slow process for the Iceman. The Iceman doesn't get really the recognition maybe he should get, um, and you know that's why I feel in the back of my mind I feel that I naturally ice this trying to resurface, and I'm trying to just fight it off. And who knows? Maybe he will show up someday. I don't know. But for now, I try to remain the baby face of the Iceman situation. And yeah, that gets stale for sure. But because let's face it, everybody here on YouTube loves drama. And there's without a doubt, you can say you don't, but guess what? When there's a drama video out there, everybody's watching it. And I can't take that away from them because it does sell. It's fun to watch. It absolutely is fun to watch. So, with all that being said, I just wanted to throw a few things out there about the Iceman, and we'll see where it leads. If you like my videos, please like them. If you don't like them, You can always give it a thumbs down because many of you trolls out there do it. And if you like the channel, please subscribe. That's all I can say. I'm not demanding it. I'm not, telling people that you need to subscribe if you want to get more of this type of content. That's not me. I'm just an ordinary person here on YouTube, like 80% of everybody else is. There are like 20% of people that, will do anything they can to get their subscribers and get their viewers. And that's how Naturally ISIS was. Will he come back? I don't know. I don't know. So everybody have yourself a great, great Thursday. This is the one and only Iceman.